Stupid Garbage Podcast.
Oh, I like that. Hello.
Here we are, top of the world.
Top of the morning. Top of wherever we want to be.
It is 11:48 p.m., dear listener, so it's got to be morning somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't
Australia.
know, Saudi Arabia, someone like that. So, yeah, so what?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah.
Well, I feel a lot of pressure because I think yesterday's podcast was pretty funny, and
Why do you think it was funny?
because I started it and I gave us the topic and I brought up gremlins and, I basically led, and it was about serial killers, so I had a lot to say.
So you're right, the pressure is on you.
Yeah, it was all me that
Good,
did it.
if I may. That is bad news, but if I may counter with good news, that means there's no pressure on me.
Sure.
So I can just chill. I can just be chilling right here, and
That's what you always do.
yeah. So go ahead. The
So
floor is yours. The spotlight is on.
We
Sink
did-
or swim.
We did nothing today, but yesterday I wanted to share.
Don't tell them what I'm doing.
Oh my god. I cleaned a lot of the apartment.
No, that's not what we're doing right now. We're not. What were you saying?
So yesterday we went on this walk, and I was like, whatever, nothing can stop me. I can walk forever. And I wanted
as people think.
I wanted to specifically go to an abandoned home, obviously. And Robert was like, that's a serious walk. Like, are you sure you can handle that? And I was like, of course, I could walk for days. And then,
What you have to remember, dear readers, that Jessica's Jewish.
no,
So,
that's not the issue.
thinking that she can walk for an indeterminate amount of time, just
40
wandering
years.
aimlessly. Right. It's in her blood.
Yeah, exactly.
In her thick mud, tar, whatever it is, viscous black blood.
Thank you.
Jewish.
We hang from the ceiling like bats.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
You're right.
That was Jessica's doing an impression of a small boy.
No, I'm doing
in
the
the movie.
Jojo Rabbit
Oh,
girl.
you're doing the girl. Okay, that was.
Who talks kind of like
She does talk
she
kinda
hasn't
like
had
that.
a drink in years. And it's really high pitched.
That's
Anyway.
not bad.
Look it up, Jojo Rabbit.
A little inside, but not bad.
She was also in our movie Lost Girls.
Yeah, but she didn't sound like that.
Yes, she absolutely did.
All right, well.
Anyway.
Watch these two movies, dear reader,
So I was
and then
like-
get back to us in 4 hours.
No, Jojo Rabbit was really good. Anyone and everyone should see it. Anyway, so yeah. And I was like, whatever, I can do this. And then my Crohn's disease, as you guys probably know from the fact that I leave the podcast 6 times per episode, is that my stomach is not doing so well lately. So I get up this one hill and I have a Crohn's attack, and I'm like, whatever, I'll be fine. And I wait 5 minutes and I sit down on the ground and I'm like, okay, I can do this. So we keep going, and then we were fine the rest of the walk, and then on the way back we make it 5-10 minutes, and then I have a stomach ache that just will not disappear. So basically it ended up with me laying down on the side of the road, and Rob had to run home, literally run in work boots all the way home.
In my boots. I should have taken my shoes off and just run home barefoot like an American Indian would.
Sure.
But
you didn't.
I did not.
I told him he didn't have to run in the first place. I was like, oh, just walk briskly and I'll be fine.
I
And he's
just walk quickly, but hurry back, because if you're not back in 15 minutes, I'll shit my pants. So, no rush.
Or die.
So anyway.
Or both.
Yeah, I didn't know until recently, maybe a couple months ago, that I was reading something on, it was Native AmericanNativePeoples.com, some big, actually, it wasn't that stupid, but it was accredited body of all 9 tribes of the Midwest or something.
That's cool.
Apparently, Native Americans, the preferred term that they use is American Indian.
Really?
To refer to themselves and each other, yes. Which I thought, went out of vogue in, 1965 or something.
I thought Indian was super not cool.
I thought so too.
Even if it's American.
Well, here we are.
I mean, I don't give a shit what they want to be called. I'll just call them that. So.
Jessica just calls them plain N-words, so.
I just call them any mean word I can think of, and that's that.
Prairie dogs.
I saw a funny comic.
It's pretty hateful.
I saw a funny thing that was a guy asked a girl what she was, and she was like, oh, I'm Native American. And he's like, ooh, an exotic girl. And she's like, boy, you're on my land. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, zing.
I think about that a lot.
Really got him. Do you want to read more comics out loud? Do you understand the auditory nature of the medium that we're in right now?
Well, it wasn't a comic. It was like a tweet.
Would you like to read more tweets?
Yes.
Okay.
I could spend an entire episode reading tweets. I send you like 8,000 a day. Just to get the lols.
Readers on suicide watch. Sorry about that, dear listeners. I'm telling them that they're going to kill themselves if they listen to this podcast.
Pretty dark.
Well, welcome to nighttime. So what are you bringing to the pod today, Jess? Besides that story of me running home to pick you up.
Well, I'm just saying that's what we've been dealing with lately.
True.
But I have a lot to say, but you enjoy censoring me and don't let me talk about my day-to-day life, so I don't know what to do. If we must keep this fantastical, I don't know, Robert.
Why is it that every episode I have to explain, as if it's a complete novelty to you, I have to explain the concept of show prep? Why do I have to do that every single day?
Well, because I think that I should be allowed, like how you went on a rant about the gremlin
You
thing.
can go on a rant.
I'd like to rant about what I did today, and you're like, that's stupid. You can't do that.
You know what? Go ahead. You're right.
You love censorship. It's your favorite thing in the world.
Here's the mic. You want the big boy chair? The floor is yours. Go off.
Apparently this week is the hardest week in Corona history for the United States. So we went out, and I was told that we had to wear masks to the grocery store because they wouldn't let you in if you don't. So I wore a mask, and I had 2 panic attacks because I felt like I couldn't breathe halfway through the store. So that was fun. And then I cleaned our entire apartment and inhaled about, I don't know how you measure powder, but I inhaled 2 gallons of powder.
Usually by the kilo, if you're slinging a lot of it, or if you're selling it on the streets, probably grams.
I inhaled.
You probably taste a little bit of it, like you'll rub it on the inside of your gums. It's like Novocaine, makes your mouth numb. You could put on someone's
What's
asshole.
the measurement for a earthquake?
The Richter scale?
But what do they call it?
Points.
Like, it's just 1 on the Richter scale?
It's a magnitude.
Okay, I was gonna make a joke and if that's how wrong my measuring system was, that I used the Richter scale to measure it. But...
So you're gonna make a joke about how ignorant you were, but you couldn't even think of pieces to put that together.
Yeah.
You proud?
Woo!
You proud of what you're bringing to the show today?
I
feel like a big man.
And like my skink is shedding, so I spent like a good 3 hours just watching him and making sure that he was shedding okay. So I'm having my brain. Oh, dude! Last night, I literally stayed awake. Like, I have not been able to sleep lately, so I just have been staring at a wall for like 6 hours each night. So I've had a lot of time to just think, and I still haven't prepped for the podcast. Swing!
So you think that talking about how little prep you're doing is good?
I want to talk about all of the fun,
content.
exciting things I'm doing instead of prepping.
Go ahead and do that. Staring at a wall for 6 hours. Anything come to you while you're doing that?
Dude, it was crazy, yeah. So I was like looking
you can get out of bed, right?
I was looking up, yeah, but why at like 5 a.m.?
So you're not staring at a wall doing nothing.
Dude, no, I want to at least try to sleep. Also, literally, the moon, like, I didn't think about the fact that the moon also rotates as the sun does. I mean, the Earth rotates, right, obviously, but I'm saying...
The sun does rotate, but based on the movement that you made with your finger, I'm guessing you're thinking of the Earth...
The Earth is rotating...
Revolving around the sun.
No, I'm thinking of the Earth literally rotating, like, in a day.
Its axis.
In a day, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not thinking of seasons, which would be rotating around the sun. I'm thinking rotating on its own axis. So when the Earth is rotating on its axis, it makes the sun go across the sky, but it also makes the moon go across the sky.
Yeah.
I never think about it. Like, I never spend enough time outside that I notice the fact that the moon is moving. But, like, every single night for the past 2 nights, the moon has just pierced me right in my right eye. And
it's made you realize that the moon moves across the sky.
Yeah, and I was like, wow.
Here with caveman science.
And then
Jessica leading the charge. Are you kidding me?
And then last night...
You realized the moon wasn't static in the sky?
Where
do you think it goes?
I'm not saying that I didn't know that. I'm just saying, like, it's not something that I've ever thought about. I'm just like, oh.
What thoughts have you had?
I don't think a lot about the moon. Anyway, so I literally, like, I was looking, and it's just, like, it's almost full these days, so it's, like, piercing...
These days.
my eyeball. And I literally was like, I'm being powered through the moon today. And it just felt like it was powering me by shining directly into my eyeball. And I was like, wow, I feel like... a werewolf or something. I'm getting my energy from the moon here right now.
Yeah, or some sort of mermaid or something.
There's
cool. Some flowers that bloom under the full moon. Yeah. You can talk about the origin of the word. Of the word lunatic. This too. You can talk about the origin of the word lunatic and its ties to the moon. But what am I doing? Bringing more conversation to this. I'm sorry. I mean,
it was weird. I think it's
this is weird. You're right.
What was your prep?
Well, I was good.
I'm pretty done. I think everyone's done with me more. Yeah.
No, you. What? I don't know that you had goodwill, but what goodwill you might have had, you burned through it by really very, very adamantly insisting that you be allowed to steer the ship and then crashing it into 2 separate cliffs.
Oh, God.
I can fly this plane. Sick of all these expert pilots getting all the time in the cockpit. Us regular folks should. So I was thinking, I was going to ask if you had any, either ones that you liked or ones that you thought had any merit, any favorite conspiracy theories.
Do I know of any conspiracy?
Oh, boy. Not very
Let me
encouraging.
Think.
A little disheartening.
Okay. So conspiracy theories are like the
What's your favorite basketball team? Basketball?
That's the Jets, obviously.
Jessica's smiling. There you go. We are in a completely auditory medium. You can't just make faces at me.
No, they know.
They don't know. They don't know that you don't.
The Lakers are basketball team.
The Lakers are basketball.
Yeah.
Name 5 other basketball teams. There are 30 basketball teams in the NBA.
30?
30. 3-0. 15 on
the
each
Lakers,
coast,
the Heat.
Yep, that's 2. Who play in?
Miami.
Yeah. Miami,
Florida,
or Miami, Ohio?
Florida.
Yep. Lucky guess. Are the Lakers also in Miami? You ask me? Are the Los Angeles Lakers in Miami?
Okay. You asked me if I knew the teams, not where they're from.
You're right. I wasn't saying anything about the Lakers. You asked me if they're in Miami.
Yeah. The Lakers, the Heat, the
Hot Lakes, Hot Cakes, IHOP, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. Boom.
Don't bring up IHOP. I've told
Bacon,
you that today.
Kevin Bacon.
I'm
6
mad
degrees
at you.
of Kevin Bacon. Jessica's mad at me because in a dream she had, I went to IHOP without her. Anyway, moving on. That's about 10 seconds more than that deserves of our airtime. Scintillating stuff.
The Colts.
That is football.
Fuck.
That is unironically a football team. They were in Baltimore, now they're in Indianapolis. Peyton Manning played for the Colts.
No, I can't do it.
Johnny
I can't do it.
That was a good show. You live in New York. How about the Knicks or the Nets?
Oh.
Maybe the Celtics, given that you lived in Massachusetts for 4 years.
The thing is that I hate basketball.
Fair enough.
I hate all sports, but the only reason that I know any football team is because
Warriors ringing any bells?
Watch football.
I watch basketball too.
Yeah, but you never talk to me about basketball.
I know. I never talked about football.
Steph Curry.
There you go. He played on the Warriors. Plays on the Warriors. He's injured at the moment.
LeBron.
Yep, he plays on the Lakers. He used to play for the
Heat.
Yeah, that's actually true. I think he got lucky, but
no, you told me this.
He also before that played for the Cleveland
Gems.
The Cleveland Gems. Why don't we go through a few of them? Who do you think is the basketball team in Denver?
The Orioles.
Denver Orioles. That is a baseball team based in Baltimore.
Oh.
So, no. You thought the Cleveland was the Gems. Interesting. The most valuable thing in Cleveland, maybe all of Ohio. Who is the basketball team in Oklahoma City?
The Torches.
Oklahoma City Torches. Why, may I ask?
Just felt right.
Just because. Okay.
Well, I had Torches in mind right before you said Oklahoma City, so it wouldn't have mattered where.
Great. Dallas?
Well, I'm thinking the Dallas Cowboys, but that's football.
That is football. The Dallas Lee Harvey Oswalds.
What are the Dallas Spurs?
San Antonio Spurs.
Really?
It's a different Texas team.
That's so stupid.
Dallas is the Mavericks.
That's the dumbest thing
Cowboy type.
Well, I can't believe I'm thinking of the stupidest thing I could think of.
The Spurs have been very good for a very long time. Not so good this year, but
cool.
Let's say 2 more. How about Toronto?
I mean, the Leaves.
The Toronto Leaves. The Maple Leafs are actually
a hockey team.
A hockey team, right? Toronto.
I did know that because my best friend is Canadian.
Toronto.
She's like, oh, the Leaves. I'm like, no, I'm not. You can't root for.
I don't think it's the Leaves. I think it's the Leafs.
I don't care. That's even worse.
So, because the team
there's no
name is
such
the
thing as-
Leaf. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's the Leafs. I
Okay.
don't like hockey.
I love hockey. I wish you liked hockey more.
You like hockey?
Mm-hmm.
Why is this the first I'm hearing of this?
I went to like a bunch of games at our college, too.
Yeah, I knew you in college. This is still the first I'm hearing of this. All right, whatever.
I like hockey.
One more.
My dad played hockey. Okay, go ahead.
For the love of God, how about Seattle?
Raindrops.
Seattle Raindrops.
Yeah.
That's adorable. That's very sweet.
That's
a little closer than you might think. The Seattle Supersonics moved to Oklahoma City and were renamed the
Tornadoes.
Thunder. We did this a minute and a half ago. So Raindrops isn't terrible, and it does rain a lot in Seattle.
That's cute.
So,
Okay.
it is cute. It's not real.
I did it.
But it's cute.
Would have been cute if they had done
Denver is not the Orioles, but the Nuggets. Like gold Nuggets.
I can't. Let's not. I can't.
And,
the reality is worse than the fantasy.
Cleveland is not the Gems, it is the Cavaliers. Which is
okay.
like
What is a
pirate.
cavalier?
A cavalier is like a knight.
So like a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel is a Night King.
That's a dog. A King Charles Spaniel is a dog.
Isn't it a Cavalier King Charles?
It's a dog.
I know.
A Cavalier.
But I'm saying if you're saying the Cavalier is Knight and then it's King Charles, it's Night King dog. The Night King Spaniel.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what is your first language? Because this is really going off the rails.
I'm half Swedish.
Okay, varsågod.
Oh.
Hej då. You don't know any Swedish. I know more Swedish than you do.
We're taking a trip to Sweden this year, and I think it's,
Maybe.
I mean, if we're ever allowed to fly again. And Robert he's the only one on this trip that will not have some ties to Sweden or have been to Sweden multiple times. And Robert, like, committed himself to learning the entire language of Swedish. It's fucking crazy. And, like, my brother and I are half Swedish, and we're both like, nope, no thanks.
Your dad is from Sweden.
Yeah, but
he
my
came
dad
here when he was almost 30. He lived the first 30 almost years of
My
his
dad
life in
speaks
Sweden.
fluent Swedish.
And the two of you, he came here, and within about a year, you were born.
It's insane that my dad would have...
Like 2 years.
Yeah.
And you don't speak a word of Swedish.
It's pretty crazy. He said that he tried to teach me, but I'm pretty sure my father just isn't he's not very good with kids, young children. So it doesn't surprise me that it didn't work out. But he's like, you guys didn't want to learn. I'm like, what child wants to learn a language? Like, you gotta force them, always.
What are we doing right now?
You never let me talk about myself!
Too good. Please don't hit me.
I was gonna take you from both sides with my nails. And
Ow.
like that.
Yeah, Eiffel Tower, my arm with your nails.
Take you from both sides was a weird way to say that.
Yeah, no, I know. It was peculiar.
Ah.
That's why I did the thing I did with the joke and the whole
Got it.
turn of phrase thing that I'm trying out.
Got it.
Yeah, so Jessica's making faces at me. Again, doesn't really translate very well for
They're
radio.
sexy faces, dear reader.
Maybe in your brain, but not a girl. It's a lot of tooth. So, anyway, what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Area 51. Does that count?
Go on. It can if you have more to say about it.
Well, I just think it's funny that a bunch
Area
of people...
51. Where are the other 50? Huh?
I think
Where are they keeping them? Am I
pregnancy
right,
is
guys?
the best conspiracy theory, you know what I mean? It's like, that can't happen, right? That's gotta be fake.
You seemed like you were playing along. You had a toe in the pool with Area 51, and then you got out and pulled down your bathing suit and took a dump off the diving board by just saying your favorite conspiracy theory is pregnancy.
Yeah, I stand by it. I thought it was enriching to this conversation.
How could you have thought that? Do you drink a lot of mercury heavy water or something? That's a good point.
I don't know. I think it's funny that a bunch of people were like, we're gonna go storm this place, and then made it extraordinarily
No.
public.
The Area 51 thing was fine. I don't understand the pregnancy thing.
Because it can't be real.
What is
It
that?
can't be real. Your body like splits in half. It's
No, hold on.
crazy.
You're okay. This is a common mix-up. You're thinking of the movie Alien. Or perhaps even aliens.
We need to ask my dad, because we brought up Predator now like twice in a row. I need to ask my dad to see AVP again. That should be our next family movie.
Why do you need to ask your dad for that permission?
Because my
He doesn't
dad...
let me see rated R movies. Jessica's 13.
For the next family night. Like, I gotta, it's his house.
So, fine. That's fine. But backing up a little bit. You don't think pregnancy... What? I'm sorry?
Yeah, it can't be real. Every time I see a pregnant lady, I'm like, are you though? That can't be right.
What?
And the fact that they're all like, I'm not scared to have my vagina split in two. I'm not scared. It's the miracle of life. You're full of shit. This can't be real.
Okay,
there's like a secret that all pregnant women share with each other where they're like, this isn't actually happening. And that's why the mothers, when they see a pregnant lady, they're like, oh my God, let's talk about it. When like people who haven't been pregnant yet don't give a shit.
Okay.
Those were finger guns.
This is plumb retarded. What
Rob.
A good conspiracy theory, or really any conspiracy theory, for it to make sense, there has to be a reason for the conspiracy to be happening.
To keep people having kids. What are you talking about?
Okay, so then I'm very genuinely lost. Where do kids come from? Yep.
I've yet to figure it out, but I've been looking into it for a few years now.
So I don't. Okay. I'm a little lost. You think that any woman who's ever pregnant, including people like who you've seen pregnant, like say my sister, you think they're part of some government ? Conspiracy?
That actually works.
It doesn't.
In this instance.
She does work.
She has ties for the government, with the government.
To the government. You're tied to something.
Inside the government ties.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she has close ties.
She does have a pretty high security clearance. That's not...
So that's a bad example because, yes, I absolutely think your sister of all people could.
Okay, so...
have a pact with the government.
Right. So let me ask you this.
I think it's like a doctor thing where the doctors are like, hey, like, we need to have a conversation with you. And they let them know early on. And they're like,
okay,
what?
But again, like your aunt, my mother, a lot of doctors.
Sure.
You think that they're all just in cahoots on this?
Yes.
Wherein they all... So I don't...
Okay, there are things about pregnancy that women will tell me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I've lived 24 years, 20 years, 25 years,
You're
whatever.
26. What are you doing?
I'm saying, like, throughout my entire
24,
life...
20, up to 25, back to 17, mixing it up. You can't keep up.
Well, first of all, you did also say that you didn't want to, like, give out
49.
our ages or something.
Jessica is 49. So I don't...
You didn't want to give out our actual ages, so then
I
was
don't care.
Like,
I never said that.
Yeah, you did. You were like, don't tell them how old we were when we graduated college or whatever. And I was like, that's a weird thing to not tell people.
No, that was someone else. That was one of the guests on the pod.
Replay it back.
I'm not going to do that.
Anyway, basically, like, at every single adult year that I've been alive,
What?
So, like, when you're a kid, obviously women aren't going to be like, oh, by the way, like, there's an afterbirth. Like, that's not a thing that they tell you until you're old enough to hear it.
You should try growing up in the Abbott household.
I guess.
It's all afterbirth all the time. That's all we talked about, really. Afterbirth again, we know. Some mammals eat the placenta, my God. Anyway, go ahead.
I was the afterbirth. They threw out the fetus, and I'm just the afterbirth, which does
holds
make
a lot of water.
sense.
Yeah, that does add up.
Anyway, basically,
closes a lot of holes in my understanding of it.
Every single year, I feel like I learned something new and something really horrifying about pregnancy and birth. And, like, it's not because people don't think... What? Let me get through the sentence.
Go ahead.
It's not because... Like, I'm past the age where people are like, oh, she can't handle it if we tell her this information. So, like... But people still give me new information, and I'm like, what?
Are you past the threshold of diplomacy? Are you past the age wherein you wouldn't say, for example, do something stupid like hold this conspiracy theory with serious weight?
I'm just saying, like, even when your sister gave birth, she had, like, a complicated birth. So
I don't think so.
Okay, all of the women, like, sat in a circle talking about it. Like,
all right, maybe I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure you were in that circle.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Anyway, it did. She was very open, which I feel like not a lot of women are, but she was a lot more open about how terrible her pregnancy or her birth was. And she was like, hey, this really sucked. And this
stereotypically a pretty fun experience.
But I'm saying,
like,
my mom never says a bad thing about birth, ever. She says how great and easy it was. My mom has never once been like, oh, but Jess, low key, this sucks.
Well,
I found out like a year or two ago, women have to wear fucking diapers after.
hot. So I don't understand though I can't.
I just feel
connect.
like
You have to help me connect because you're just screaming random unrelated things about
no
pregnancy.
one has ever told
You're
me
saying
the
like
full
government,
story.
babies, big bellies, split open in the middle. Mom! Like you have to do the job of connecting the dots for your conspiracy theory.
Okay.
You can't leave that to other people saying like, pregnancy's not real. Figure it out.
Well, I mean,
I've buried a map in the desert somewhere.
I haven't figured it out, so I don't know what
the short answer to my question is, do you have any favorite conspiracy theories? For you, the short answer is Area 51, and that's it.
No.
I'm not trying to silence you. I'm trying to help you, believe it or not.
I don't think so. I don't view it that way.
You're right. I'm trying to direct a coherent podcast.
Exactly.
I'm trying to help you.
Not the same as looking out for me.
It is and it isn't. Mm-hmm. So Area 51.
I mean, it's just the most recent one.
1947.
I'm a big, I don't believe in conspiracy theories at all.
That's the conspiracy.
Like the Illuminati and like the whole like the eyeball on our dollar bill, and if you fold it a certain way, and like that doesn't UFOs, like the government.
You can make a vagina. Maybe that ties into your conspiracy.
Maybe government. Anyway,
you can't just say government.
Mom. Anyway, I don't
know anything.
care. No, like I don't give a shit when people are like, oh, the Illuminati, or like the government, like the government planned 9/11, or like the people are saying that the government created Corona and spread it because it just so happened to be like infecting like China, which is our biggest enemy. It's like, come the fuck on.
Kevin Durant did 9/11. So
yeah, like you're really big on like the Zodiac killer.
I am. I do love
doing a bunch of shit.
Well,
that he didn't do.
I just think it's funny to equate his legacy to that of Ted Cruz, but
I like the fact that Ted Cruz is a lizard.
Yeah, but that's verified.
I'm just saying that all conspiracy theories make me really angry, and I think they're really dumb, and I don't want to answer this question.
Remember that time, like 3 years ago, that Ted Cruz accidentally tweeted out a link to some, like, stepdaughter porn?
No.
Google it, dear readers. Anyway, so,
ew.
He's a weird dude. So, okay, so going back...
It's fucking disgusting.
For some reason, again, to Area 51, what do you like about it? What do you know about the conspiracy theory?
Like, they're holding aliens in Area 51. And, like, by the time we get there, they'll have already known our plan and will have moved the aliens somewhere else. But people were planning to storm Area 51.
So, here's the thing.
And I think, like, one single person did it.
No.
Okay.
A bunch of weebs went to the desert and hung out and did Fortnite dances in front of Area 51.
Oh, so people actually went?
Yeah, it's a military installation in the middle of the desert in Mexico. New Mexico, rather. Not Old Mexico. But so, or maybe it's in Nevada, technically, I don't know. So, the theory is that an alien ship, which was probably in reality a weather balloon, but the theory is that an alien ship crash landed near the small town of Roswell, New Mexico. U.S. government found it. There was an alien and an alien spacecraft. The alien was either dead or alive. There were different branches of this idiocy.
I'm like, that is how things tend to be.
Yeah. The alien was or was not. Pick a lane. No, so there are different people who think there were... But anyway, so they got the alien and alien spacecraft, took it to Area 51, which is the nearest Air Force base or something. It might be in Nevada, it might be in New Mexico, I don't know or care. And they've been holding, all that garbage. They've been experimenting on it and studying it ever since. Do you know when the conspiracy says that happened?
Didn't you say the 40s?
1947.
I can't. Why is it a thing now? Like, why was it a 2019 thing? 2018?
Because it was just a joke.
I know, but then people took it, like, people made plans to go.
Because people are stupid.
Well...
People think that pregnancy is a government conspiracy.
How dare you? I don't know if it's, like, government. I think it's...
You don't know if it's anything.
Yeah. I think there's some weird conspiracy happening.
Okay, again, where
women just forget the birth process. Have you ever asked one and they go, well, you block a lot of it out, you forget it.
Yeah, the way you suppress being molested as a child or things that are really painful. Hormones in your body and your brain do that.
I don't know.
Neurotransmitters that can help. So
I mean, I know that's true. I'm aware of.
I no longer know what you
But
know.
I don't think that pregnancy is that.
The base of knowledge in your brain that I can reliably depend upon is waning by the day. Stop picking your nose.
I can't.
So
Theater of the mind, dear reader.
Yeah, Jessica doesn't even have a nose. So it's really flipping the Jew thing on its head. So
wow.
Boy, I'm just really flabbergasted by this. Where do you think babies come from? You don't know yet? Where do you think baby animals come from?
I think that they give birth. For real.
And are thus capable of being pregnant.
Yes.
Okay, you see a pregnant gorilla at the zoo. You think that's
Yeah. Also, you and I have spoken about this in depth. Like, we should, like, our ancestors walked on all fours, and like we started. Was it bipedal? We started being bipedal
like 5 million years ago.
I know, but you said, you were like, it's interesting that women, like human women, have such a hard time giving birth. Like, we are not built to give birth. Our species is not very efficient at it. Like, animals in the wild, like, they just like cough and the baby's on the ground. Like, it's.
I don't know about that, but.
I mean, like giraffes don't even fucking sit down. They're like, whatever.
I guess.
I'm gonna poop out this baby. So, I feel like.
Queef 5000, here it comes.
Yeah, like it must just feel like a big, wet queef for them.
Okay, this is. I didn't know we could get worse than the trash we've been.
Then stop asking me questions.
Spewing out. I should stop. I should stop letting you talk. That's what I've been saying. You say you're censoring me, and then you have 20 minutes unfiltered airtime.
Just because my weird is different than your weird doesn't mean...
No, your weird is retarded and disgusting. Go ahead. You have to say something.
No.
Okay. Point, counterpoint.
No, I'm good.
Lob it over to you, you slam it back.
I'm fine. Again, if we had literally any listeners, I'd say, let's take a poll to see how much...
You'd get negative points.
No. I'm just like,
You'd
to see
doxed.
how many people want me to stop talking.
All of them.
But we can't...
You said it's like a giant wet queef.
You were the one that brought queefing in there.
In a funny way. And then you made it graphic.
Yours wasn't funny. Yours wasn't any
You laughed.
Funny.
Yeah.
I laughed
Don't you look
out
stupid.
of obligation. Because if I don't laugh, no one laughs.
Because you know what? Because no one
also,
else is in the room.
Pity.
You know what, Jess? Sick of you. Sick of this. You know what I don't need? This garbage. This bullshit.
This garbage podcast.
So anyway.
Stupid. What? Anyway, what? What's your favorite?
Favorite conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Oh, who fucking cares? They're done with that.
What's your next topic?
You burnt all the goodwill that I had with that. There's a conspiracy theory that fairly popular, maybe a little underground, I don't know, but a fairly popular stupid conspiracy theory that Stevie Wonder is not blind. That, when he was a kid, because he got famous when he was like 12, he was, jumping, dancing around on stage. He thought, if I pretend to be blind while I'm playing the piano, people will, be like, oh, look at that blind kid, and it'll set me apart and blah, blah, blah. And now it's, 60 years later, it's too late to go back. That's the theory pretty much as I understand it. He's in too deep.
How old was he when he went blind? 12?
He was born blind.
Oh.
Or so he said.
Wait.
So it doesn't have a lot of merit. So that's the theory. My brother, coming back to Greg Corner, has a similar theory. There's a small distinction. See if you can spot it, because it is very subtle. He says that he doesn't think Stevie Wonder is black. So that's probably my favorite conspiracy theory.
Isn't a thing. Also, what's the point of that, too? Like, you said mine needs to have a point. Like, what is the point of your brother? Why does your brother's get to be valid about him not being black?
I would say that the difference is that Greg doesn't actually believe it. Whereas with you, I don't know what's going on.
That's how I like to live.
Yeah, in keeping everyone in a state of constant confusion.
Yeah.
Confusion is nothing new. Flashbacks, warm nights, Most Left Behind, suitcase memory, time after time.
I know what you're doing.
Who wrote that song? Wow. Close. Very close.
And
you'll find me time after time.
I know it's the one she
Girls
wrote Colors in the Wind or some stupid
That's
things.
Pocahontas.
No, my mom had, that was her wedding song. It was Colors, or no, it was her song with her
True
father.
Colors? Wasn't that
True
Peter,
Colors. It was.
Wasn't that Peter Gabriel?
No, it was her father's daughter dance.
No, I'm not. I'm not asking
So
if she danced with Peter Gabriel at a wedding.
No, I'm saying it was Cyndi Lauper. There it is. Thank you.
There you go.
Got him.
You actually did
Weird.
get it.
That was weird.
The True Colors by Cyndi Lauper is a cover.
Okay.
FYI.
So is
not that
Time
it
After
matters.
Time not?
Time After Time is an original Cyndi Lauper song.
Oh.
I don't know that she wrote it.
I thought
She
this was
might
gonna be
have.
one of
I
your
have no
twists.
idea. Yeah, I really keep you guessing.
You do. You always do that. We're like, guess who wrote that song? And then it's like something totally not.
God.
Wow, it's only been 35 minutes.
I feel like I'm shocked.
Good God.
Great googly moogly. I'm surprised that I'm not dead already, frankly. This is so tedious. Life day after day after day, just more and more and more. God damn, again?
Are you talking about the podcast or are you talking
Life.
about like being in quarantine?
No, just
Just life.
all of it. Like I'm not still 25 again.
You're just a baby.
Every year should last
What do you
2
mean
days.
again?
Every year should last 2 days. And then you get to day 200. You turn 100 and then you vanish into a puff of smoke. That's how too much time to waste to fill to
Wait,
do
you want to be
nothing with.
alive for 200 days?
Yeah, 100 years.
That's sad.
A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Boom. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I mean, that's just semantics.
Ooh, what?
I mean, I guess.
You say that a lot. I'm not sure you know what it means. Ironically enough, I'm not sure you know what the word semantics means. Go ahead, wow us.
It's just the words that you use. It's just your word choice.
That's not wrong, per
Thank
se.
It's just the words.
It's just, thoughts, mouth, English time.
Words are just symbols for ideas.
Yeah, I guess that can't be disproven, so good on you for that one. Boy, oh boy. Let's move on, for the love of Christ, please. Jesus Christ, right?
I wish we all died in a puff of smoke.
Just everyone?
Yeah.
All the time?
That sounds like a good way to die.
Does it?
Yeah.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go.
Absolutely.
Why don't you expand on that?
Way better than drowning.
Well, yep. Let's list all the types of death that are worse than vanishing into a puff of smoke.
I would argue every single type of death except for dying in your sleep without any sort of pre-existing condition is worse than vanishing in a puff of smoke.
Yeah, but see, what
There's
I
no
would
pain.
What I would say, nobody dies in their sleep without a pre-existing condition. No one just dies like, oh, how'd he die? Oh yes, sudden infant death syndrome. He was only 61.
Again, I feel like that's a theory that you have where you're like SIDS does not exist.
I do think that. I think it's just bad parents putting their babies on their tummies, and then doctors are like, oh, what do you tell this mother that they killed their child? No, I'll make up SIDS so that they don't feel so bad.
That's super not okay to say.
I don't think it's not okay. I think it's true. I think there's a lot of medical consensus that it's true.
But that's the same
Look
thing
it
as a
up.
conspiracy theory where they're like, oh, all doctors are in the same boat where we're going to literally lie and make up a disease that doesn't exist to make parents feel less bad. That is not a fucking thing. That's the same thing as me saying doctors saying pregnancy doesn't exist because it's going to scare women.
No. Well,
It's
no.
exactly fucking like that.
It's not like that for a couple reasons. One, doctors will tell you, if that was the case, doctors tell you pregnancy is horrifying. Doctors will tell you how painful, and as will most women, will tell you how painful pregnancy is.
I don't think so.
Like, your conspiracy theory doesn't make sense because the thing you're purporting doesn't happen. Like, oh, that's why the doctors are all lying to you and saying that pregnancy doesn't damage your body, but that they do say that.
I mean,
That's,
I've never asked a doctor what pregnancy is like.
How do you know all the stuff you know about childbirth and pregnancy? People have told you that.
I know, but I'm saying
So what are they hiding?
Like, I remember your mom brought up something where she was like, oh, this happened to me when I was pregnant. And I was like, that can fucking happen to you? And women get, like, diabetes during pregnancy.
She had my brother. It was really
But I think, like,
traumatic.
I don't know. I don't remember if I've asked your mom in depth what it was like to carry all of the children, but
We were quadruplets, so...
Nope. Well, your mom did have 4 of you, but...
Yep, quad.
No.
Like, quarter, same root word.
Sure.
Quarantine
That's
actually
not...
has the same root word. 40 dias or whatever.
Is it like quarters?
It's
like
a
room?
40-day quarantine. I think it's Italian.
What?
Quarante is Italian for
It is
40.
Yeah.
They make sailors during times of plague. They make sailors stay
Shut the fuck up.
half a mile, whatever, out at sea for 40 days so that they wouldn't know if they were sick or not.
That's really fucking cool. Dock. Wait, but what about your quarters? Like your living quarters?
Oh, I don't. Maybe it used to be like a quarter of a ship, or maybe it's coincidentally.
Oh, that's fucking
the
cool.
same word.
Anyway.
Quarter of a building.
I feel like you saying that SIDS doesn't exist is like, there's no way that all the doctors in the world, like, because that's like saying like, oh, this woman's husband got murdered, but we don't want her to be sad, so let's just lie and say that he just like died in a car crash. Like that's just, it doesn't make sense.
Well, no, I think there's a little more. Well, then maybe that's my favorite conspiracy theory. There you go. SIDS isn't real. You're killing your babies. Wake up, sheeple.
Jesus Christ.
We're trying to move on.
Okay.
You got anything else? Do you have a favorite? Boy, oh boy. Jack-o'-lantern design?
No.
Running on fumes here.
No, I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the pumpkin blaze.
Yep.
Is a good. It's so crazy that like we went to the pumpkin blaze, which was cool, and then we found out that the next year it was exactly the same, so we didn't go. But apparently people come from all over the world or all over the country at least to like see this pumpkin blaze, which is not.
It's a big. It's called the Great Pumpkin Blaze in Sleepy Hollow, I think.
No, I think it's well, it might be Sleepy Hollow adjacent, but I don't think it was Sleepy Hollow.
So thereabouts, Sleepy Hollow, of course, is a real place where in Washington Irving.
Isn't it Irving?
That's what I said. Washington Irving.
Oh, you said Irvin.
I meant to say Irving.
Okay.
I did say Irving, but
you did a bad job.
Did a bad job, I guess. I didn't hear it, but I believe you. Washington Irving.
You
wrote,
did it again.
I'm breaking the balls.
Okay.
Wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow with the Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
Irvington, which is it?
Irvington,
which is also thereabouts.
I didn't know that was why it's called that.
Also named after Washington Irving.
Amazing.
Washington Irving Carver, and
no shit.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a big. They're really big because of the whole Sleepy Hollow thing. They're really big on Halloween-based tourism and all that crap. So
but
they have.
We should move there.
Great. No, we're like 15 minutes away. We can just go there. No, so anyway, the Great Pumpkin Blaze is like a 15 or 20 or 30, I don't know, minute drive. Anyway, we drive there and a lot of pumpkins. Anyway, moving on. It's a bunch of pumpkins in designs. Like there's one like a 40-foot windmill, and there's a moving carousel, and they have a bunch. They're like 40,000 or 40 million, some ridiculous number pumpkins. And then they also have actual. Those are like fake pumpkins, but they look like real pumpkins.
It's weird because
they
like
have real pumpkins that are actually carved out to look like things. It's pretty neat. One of them's a dinosaur, etc.
Being where we are, I feel like it's very cool. Like we have a lot of things available to us, but I feel like to me when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is nice. I'm glad that we came, but it's not amazing. Like I don't think I would have driven 2 hours to get here, but I think if. Like, I don't consider the fact that other towns maybe aren't as fun and they don't have these weird random things.
Yeah, also, we drive 2 hours to go to the Light Festival in Philadelphia, the Lantern Festival.
That's because you're a psychopath. I would not have done that if I wasn't with you. Love you.
Make me sad.
Well, I go with you. It's not like I prevent you from going. I still go to Philadelphia for this fucking festival.
Didn't realize it was such a burden for you to come with me while I pay for our extravagant trip to Philadelphia.
Oh my god. I'm paying for our trip this year.
We're not going this year.
Yes, we.
How convenient.
Maybe it will happen. Maybe they'll just delay it.
I'm sad again. This is as good a place as any to end the podcast and jump out a window. Anything you want to leave the readers with? Parting thoughts?
I'm going to go watch Rob for the next couple hours and make sure nothing bad happens.
You're going to watch me jump out a window.
First of all, that sounds like a great time, but also maybe I can prevent it. Maybe I'll have to like get you like a dog and like get a little thing around your neck and pull it tight.
A noose, yeah, that'd be great too. All right, see you later, pod racers.